Well, in today's culture, there's a new media world of computers, iPods, and cell phones, and kids are using them all. That means parents need to know just what their children are doing with these new toys. Amazing, amazing. Heather Sells has that story.
Cell phones. They're just the tip of the new media iceberg you may fear is headed your way. A Harris poll says more than half of all teens say their cell phone is key to their social life. And they're good. 42% say they could text blindfolded.
The technology moves so fast and advances so rapidly, and kids are unfazed, they're unimpressed, they just adapt to that new technology and the power of it, and the parents are left in the dust.
Besides cell phones, parents must oversee internet use, video games, music, and TV. Bottom line, for most, it's an overwhelming amount of content to help children navigate. And as family columnist Rebecca Hagelin points out in her new book, kids are often just a click away from danger. For example, Hagelin cites a Kaiser study which found 7 out of 10 kids accidentally view porn on the internet. So what can parents do? Ironically, much of the help to protect against dangerous new media can be found on the new media itself. For instance, when it comes to filters, both Focus on the Family and WebWise Kids have reliable, inexpensive ones that you can download onto your computer within minutes. Other options. You and your child can click onto Cyberbully 411 for tips on online harassment. When it comes to TV, ControlYourTV.org shows you how to block entire channels or just specific programs using your TV and cable equipment. If you're wondering about movies, video games, or music for your kids, Plugged In Online, offered by Focus on the Family, offers reviews from a Christian perspective. And when it comes to cell phones, there's WebWise Kids. Its new interactive cell phone game teaches safety to a prime target, middle-aged school kids. Information on these organizations, plus insights on how to connect with your child on our culture, can be found in Hagelin's book, 30 Ways in 30 Days to Save Your Family.
Well, Rebecca Hagelin joins us now from Washington. She's written a book called 30 Ways in 30 Days to Save Your Family. Rebecca, it's so good to see you again. How are you?
Always good to see you, Pat. Thank you so much for your leadership for so long.
You know, it used to be you'd worry about adult predators trying to have sex with teenagers. It's not that any longer, is it?
No, it's not. I'll tell you what the problem is right now. It's the predators coming into our homes through the internet, through technology. And, you know, Pat, most kids will tell you, 68% as a matter of fact, that they have televisions in their bedrooms. A large percentage have the internet in their bedrooms. And good moms and dads are often downstairs cooking dinner, not knowing what their kids are viewing upstairs. So 30 Ways in 30 Days is a real wake-up call to parents to tell them that these predators are oftentimes now in our homes through technology and how to protect our kids from them.
What about this sexting thing we're talking about in Vermont? They're now making it legal or thinking about it.
Well, sexting is something that we really shouldn't be surprised that our kids are involved in. After all, they're just imitating what they see in the popular culture. Pick up any teen magazine. For instance, 17 magazine is not the 17 magazine that I read when I was a young woman. It's filled with sexual images. The pop stars that are put up for our kids to emulate are all there in, you know, semi-nudity. And our kids are just mirroring what they've seen. And so we shouldn't be surprised that they're doing this. Again, that's another tip I have in 30 Ways in 30 Days is how to have your kids recognize when they're being marketed to and when they have bad values being given to them that they should avoid and not develop and put into their own lives.
Well, Rebecca, some of the pornography that's on the internet is just appalling. I mean, it's literally appalling, and it's put out by people who are, you know, devious, and the sex trade is just beyond belief. And yet, those images are available on computers. Now, should a parent tell a kid, no, you can't have a computer in your room?
You should never let your children have computers in their room because we've been talking about how bad much of the content is, but it's also the time they're spending online when you're not paying attention. They're just wasting times a lot. Now, I believe the internet is a great technology for us. My goodness, it opens the world to our kids and to us. But put it in a common place in the home. Make sure you have a good internet filter on it. I actually have 3 different chapters on various kinds of internet technology in 30 ways. One of them is how to keep your kids online in the safe in the social networking sites too.
Michael, this is an incredible help to parents. 30 Ways in 30 Days to Save Your Family. It's available in bookstores around the country. You know, many parents are just overwhelmed by this. The technology has exploded in the last few years, just exploded. How do they keep up with it?
Well, first of all, parents need to not be afraid of technology. You know, many of us that grew up in the dinosaur era are kind of scared to deal with the filters, and we have to realize that technology is not the problem. It's the abuse of it and the misuse of it. And the other thing, and you referenced this earlier about adults who are creating this pornography, we have to realize our battle's not with our children. Adults are spamming your kids' email inbox with pornography. You know, adults are the ones that are creating the thongs for 8-year-olds. Your battle is not with your children. Your battle is with adults that hold a different worldview than you do.
So, what do we do?
I lost my earpiece here for a moment.
Okay, you got it now?
I got it back.
All right. What is the ultimate, as the last question, what should parents do?
Well, first of all, I really encourage, you know, parents to get my book, 30 Ways in 30 Days. I spent 4 years writing the book, interviewing parents around the country to find out what their biggest challenges were. And I encourage them when they get it to go through the table of contents. If you're having a problem with your son on respect, there's a chapter in there about how to teach him respect. If you're having a problem communicating with your teen, there's a chapter in there about how to write a love letter to your teen, a clear declaration of your commitment to them as a person and your love for them, your vision for them as a human being. And then, of course, I have chapters on all the tools we've been talking about, too.
Rebecca Hagelin, I think you're going to put a lot of psychologists out of business with this. 30 Ways in 30 Days to Save Your Family. It's available where books are sold. Of course, Amazon, you can get it, and wherever else you can get books. Mm-hmm. Fabulous.
Fabulous. It is a big deal
all
right now.
All those years writing this.
Yeah, and kids are so technology savvy. You know, sometimes you put those screens on, they know how to take them off. You don't even know they've gone off.
I am totally overwhelmed.
Be glad you're a grandfather.
I'm in the dinosaur era. All right.
That's right.
I used to be on the cutting edge.